Hey y'all, welcome to Wine Down Wednesday in the garden at Paloma Oaks. Today we are going to first talk about the wine. So it was one of my wine box selections that I got in the mail. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon. It's a 2019. It is from Argentina. I don't typically buy these, but it came in my box, so I'm always interested to try things. So I went ahead and opened my bottle. That way we didn't waste time on that. I will say that this is the wine opener that I use, and it is fantastic. I take it everywhere. It's really easy because it's an electric wine opener, so you just open it and it takes it out, and then you get the cork out, and you just charge it with a USB. So my favorite wine opener. I have one pretty much everywhere. Without further ado, let's taste the wine. It's a red, obviously. That's pretty good. It's not bad. It kind of reminds me more of like a red table wine or like a red blend. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't hate it. I don't know if I'd buy it, but I don't hate it. Not gonna go to waste, let's put it that way. So today we're gonna talk a little bit about selecting the perfect tomato. When we're at market, I've noticed that people just naturally gravitate toward that big basket of red tomatoes, like solid red tomatoes, which if you have a big family or you eat a ton of tomatoes, or you're gonna make salsa or can them, whatever you're gonna do in bulk, I think that's a good idea to buy the big basket of red tomatoes. But if you are a family of 2, 3, 4, even 5, and you just want to have tomatoes to enjoy throughout the week with your family, with dinner, on a salad or whatever, I think my method of purchasing tomatoes is the best. But you can choose for yourself. So the first tomato I would recommend purchasing is a solid red tomato. So you can see here, we've got a solid red tomato. These are both solid red. Both of these were picked probably, I think they were picked last Friday, and they've already turned solid red. So they were picked green and put in the shaded area and the windowsill of my house, and they turned on their own. So that was about a week ago, or a little less than a week ago, and these are already bright red and beautiful and ready to eat. Then, after you get your solid red tomato, I would probably get 1 to 2 of those, depending, like I said, your family and your consumption of tomatoes. Then I would get what I call a turning tomato. You can kind of see the different, it's got some pinks in it and some greens. It's a very pretty color. And this is a tomato that's on its way to become a red tomato. I typically will pick some of my tomatoes in the garden at this color just to keep bugs from getting in them, or to keep deer from eating them or whatever. And if you put this in your windowsill, this one will probably be ready by like Friday or Saturday of this week. You can kind of see it's already starting to turn, and it's just been in my window since I picked this on Monday. So maybe Friday, Saturday, this one will be ready, but it is starting to turn. And once they start to turn, it really goes really fast. And then I would probably get a couple of these. And then the last tomato I would purchase would be a solid green tomato, because then that's going to last you at least a week and a half. So if you get 1 to 2 solid red ones, 1 to 2 turning ones, and then a green one, that will last you at least a week until you can go to the market again to get more tomatoes. And I usually just put them in my windowsill. I know some people like put them on the counter and they change. It's just kind of up to you and where you have space. But I think that's the best way to buy tomatoes. Instead of going and being like, ooh, I need this entire basket of red tomatoes, and then they waste. That way you have tomatoes to last you. So when you go to buy tomatoes, if you want to use the Rachel method, I would get a few green ones, and then I would get a few turning tomatoes, and then I'd get a few red tomatoes. So that way it'll last you, and you'll have tomatoes throughout the week, and you're not just having a ton of red tomatoes at once. We have tomatoes coming in, which is kind of why I wanted to talk about tomatoes and purchasing tomatoes today. They're coming in at rapid pace. We'll have some at the market this Friday night. We'll be at Columbiana. So if you're local, come and see us and talk to us and buy some tomatoes if you like. If not, there's a lot of farmers, and I'm sure there's farmers all in your area that have tomatoes that are coming on and getting ready. Always encourage you to buy from your local farmer because you know where it comes from. And two, you're supporting local farmers because it's not cheap to do this and it's not easy to do this. Most people do it because they love it and they want to carry on generational things, and they want to provide the community with foods that are local, which is a really big and very important to make sure you shop local. Now, they may be a little bit more expensive than what you can buy at Aldi or Publix or Kroger or whatever your local grocery store is, but you know where it comes from. You are supporting a local farmer who, I promise you, is not doing it for the money. And, you know, the main thing is you know where it comes from. You can, I'm sure if you ask them, they would love to show you a picture of their garden and talk to you excessively about it. So, always encourage you to buy local. Obviously, would love if you would want to purchase from us. Like I said, we're at Columbiana on Friday nights all throughout the summer. And then also, if you are local to Shelby County, Birmingham area, we have a farm stand at the end of our road, at the end of our farm, that we set up randomly throughout the week whenever we have an excess of produce. So, yeah, would love to y'all to let me know if there's something you want me to share or show or talk about. We really love what we do here. It's a passion of ours. It's a lot of work, but we love it and honestly wouldn't have it any other way. So feel free to reach out. I hope you enjoyed this and I hope you learned how to pick the perfect tomato.